Welcome back. Well, May 14th is Mother's Day. Today's book is about a grandmother and her granddaughter. And they're hanging out in Grandma's kitchen and making some soup. And the little girl calls her grandmother Nanny or Nan. Let's read and see what happens. The Whole World Inside Nan's Soup, written by Hunter Ligor. Illustrations by Vicky Jong. Hunter went to college at Lesley University in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and earned a Master of Fine Arts in Writing. And she now teaches creative and professional writing for all experience levels at several universities in New England. She loves roaming old ruins, hillsides, and being outside in nature. Vicky was born in China and studied traditional Chinese painting when she was little, which she says had a big influence on her future art. She studied in the United States at the School of Visual Arts in New York City, and then moved back to China last year and currently lives and works in Shanghai. She loves reading, running, movies, toys, vintage anything, nature, croissants, and coffee. Seeds, said Nanny, when I asked her what was inside the big metal pot she was stirring on the stove. It was the same one handed down from her nanny. It smelled so good, I couldn't wait to taste it. Seeds, I asked. How can seeds be inside the pot? Seeds that grew up to be vegetables, Nanny said, smiling. There are also gardeners in the pot. Gardeners, Nanny? How could gardeners be inside the pot? Gardeners, with their gentle hands, planted the seeds that grew up to be vegetables and ended up inside the pot. Nanny winked. Soil and rain are also in the pot. Soil and rain, Nanny? Yes, see them here, Nanny nodded, stirring. In order for the seeds to grow, they would need to be placed in the soil by the gardeners with their gentle hands, and then watered by the rain before they grew up to be vegetables and into the pot for soup. I stood on my tiptoes to see. We also have the sun, the moon, and the stars inside the pot. The sun, the moon, and the stars, Nanny? How could they possibly be inside the pot? Without the sun, the moon, and the stars, the seeds that were planted in the soil by the gardeners with their gentle hands and then watered by the rain wouldn't grow. So they are in the pot too. Nanny put her ear to the pot. Listen, do you hear that? It sounds like a honeybee, I said, listening. That's right. The bees pollinate the flowers that grow up to be vegetables planted by the gardeners with their gentle hands. So they are in the pot too. Can I see what else is in the pot, Nanny? Oh yes, there is plenty more. Nanny's eyes widened as she stirred the soup. Like the farm workers who pick the vegetables with care, they're smiling as they watch over the fields under the warm sun. They make footprints in the rich soil, carrying boxes of vegetables to the delivery trucks, boats, and trains. And then what, Nan? There are delivery drivers eager to take the vegetables from the farm to the market, Nanny said. I also see the merchants who greet the trucks, boats, and trains and they work in teams to bring the baskets of farm vegetables to the market. People gather curiously to see what they've brought. I guess that's everything, Nanny. Nanny looked again. I see a bus. A bus, Nanny? How can there be a bus inside the pot? Not just a bus, but also the bus driver and all the people who joined me on the way to the market and home again. Nanny, are there roads in the pot? You bet there are. Nanny's eyes grew bigger. Roads and highways plus traffic lights, bridges and waterways and all the neighborhoods we passed on the way to the market. And don't forget the electricity that keeps the lights on and the town running. Wow, Nan, I can't believe that's all inside the pot. Anything else? Nanny thought some more, smiling bigger than before. What, Nanny? What else did you see inside the pot? Love. Love is inside the pot, Nanny? That's right. The love of my own Nan, who taught the recipe to my mother, who then taught it to me. One special recipe passed down from generation to generation, beginning with the first Nanny, just so I could make the soup and share it with you. Will you teach me the recipe, Nanny? Nanny said, You'll have to remember everything that's inside the pot. But I already do. Nanny looked at me. What's inside the pot? The whole world. The end. So the little girl now knows how to make Nanny soup, right? With the whole world in it, all that love. I'm thinking about my grandmother Hodges, who taught me how to make cherry pie. Oh, my favorite. I used to hang out with her, and we would just go for walks, be together. She was really special, and she loved me a lot. Who in your life loves you too? I bet you there's a lot of people. So this Mother's Day, say thank you to your mom, to your aunts, to your grandmas, and anybody else who has loved you and been a mother to you. See you next week.